Hello history lovers and welcome back. Today, we're journeying back in time to ancient Japan, a land of emperors, exquisite art, and the rising sun. But our focus is on a group of warriors who would come to define an entire era, the samurai. How did this legendary class of warriors emerge from the mists of history? Let's find out. Our story begins not on the battlefield, but in the imperial court of the Heian period. From the late 8th to the 12th century, this was a time of incredible cultural flourishing. Think magnificent poetry, intricate courtly rituals, and the world's first novel, The Tale of Genji. The emperor and his nobles in the capital, Heian, modern-day Kyoto, were absorbed in this high culture. They were patrons of the arts, not masters of war. But while the court composed poetry, the provinces were growing restless. Powerful landowning clans, far from the capital's influence, needed to protect their estates and enforce their own authority. They couldn't rely on the distant imperial court for protection. So what did they do? They started hiring their own private armies. These early provincial warriors were the first seeds of what would become the samurai class. The word samurai itself originally meant those who serve. These weren't yet the noble, sword-wielding figures we imagine. They were essentially hired guards, skilled in archery and horsemanship, serving the provincial aristocrats. Their primary loyalty was to their employer, the clan leader who fed them, housed them, and equipped them. This relationship of service and loyalty became the bedrock of samurai identity. Things really began to change in the 12th century. The two most powerful warrior clans, the Taira and the Minamoto, grew so strong that they started to challenge the authority of the court itself. Their rivalry erupted into a massive civil war known as the Genpei War. This wasn't just a small skirmish. It was a conflict that engulfed the entire country. For years, the Taira and Minamoto clans battled for supremacy. This war was the ultimate testing ground for the samurai. It was here that their martial skills, their strategies, and their codes of honor were forged in the crucible of battle. Tales of their bravery and sacrifice from this period would be told for centuries to come, shaping the legendary image of the samurai warrior. The war culminated in a decisive naval battle at Dan-no-ura in 1185. The Minamoto clan, led by the brilliant strategist Minamoto no Yoritomo, emerged victorious. This victory didn't just end the war. It completely transformed Japanese society. Yoritomo decided he wasn't going to let power slip back into the hands of the court nobles. Instead, he established a new form of government right in his own military headquarters in Kamakura. This was called the Kamakura shogunate, Japan's first military government. The emperor was still the symbolic head of state, but the real power now lay with the shogun, the military dictator, and his samurai vassals. And just like that, the age of the samurai had truly begun. From provincial protectors, they had risen to become the ruling class of Japan. They were no longer just servants. They were the masters, shaping the country's destiny for the next 700 years. Their culture, their code of Bushidō, and their iconic armor and swords would become enduring symbols of Japan. It's a fascinating story of how a warrior class rose from obscurity to rule a nation. What part of samurai history fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next adventure.